Hey, good morning. I know I haven't been on for a while because, let me get my milk out of the microwave. I've been spending so much time videoing birds first thing in the morning that, yes, I've been drinking coffee. I just haven't been drinking it with you. I'm sorry. And thank you for those of you who contacted me and asked if I was okay. I'm okay. So I've heated up some milk here. I tell you what, I have found, you know, there are certain things that, like flavors and textures and things like that, that I find that I always like. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to get sick of ice cream or chocolate, stuff like that. I like hard, crunchy cookies. I don't like those soft cookies. There's just certain things that haven't changed over years. But I found when I'm saving some of these Nespresso coffees, because I don't want to use them up too fast, that if I don't have certain ones for a really long time, I have to redevelop my taste for them. So I decided if I like something, I'm going to go ahead and use it and enjoy it while I have it and while I do enjoy it. So, from that standpoint, I've got some Milano here, Milano Intenso, and uh, I'm going to make some of that in some nice, real warm milk. Let's see, I'll pop it in here and we'll get the machine heating up. And I might even possibly put 2 capsules in here. So I've received some questions about what's the difference between an espresso and a lungo. And I'll tell you, when it concerns an espresso coffee, a lungo contains about 20% more coffee by weight in the capsule than an espresso. But also, when you're making a lungo, let's say, not an espresso, just for general purposes, usually the lungo grind is a little bit coarser than the espresso grind, because with the espresso, the water is in contact with the grounds not as long as it is for the lungo. So you want those grounds fine so that as much of the coffee as possible is exposed to the water. But with the lungo, it's a little bit coarser and you put more in, and usually there's a little bit more caffeine. But, somebody wrote me and said, okay, so like if the lungo is more than twice the volume of an espresso, does that mean you're getting twice as much caffeine? Well, no, there's only a certain amount of caffeine in the coffee. There's not like some unlimited amount. Like if you put in, 1 volume of water, you get like 50 milligrams. If you put in 2 volumes of water, you get 100 milligrams of caffeine. It doesn't work that way. You'll get a little bit more probably in a lungo. 1, because there's more coffee in there to begin with, more of a volume of coffee. But 2, because it is running a little bit longer. So, there's probably still some caffeine in there that can be drawn out. It's a little bit confusing. And if you're trying to limit your caffeine and you're using Nespresso, if you go online, there are various websites that give all sorts of listings for the various Nespresso coffees. So I would recommend using that as a guide because, for example, with the little original line capsules, you could have one that only has 50 or 60 milligrams of caffeine, and you could have another one that has even 100 or 120. So, it may be a good idea to look it up. Anyway, let's get going here with the coffee. And, another thing that I've decided, besides enjoying my coffees while I have them, rather than saving and saving them, and then losing my taste for them or having to learn to appreciate them again. So another thing I've decided is to stick more with the coffees I enjoy. Let me get a spoon here. Okay, let me get a napkin here. So, like sometimes, as soon as a new coffee comes out, I buy it. I don't know. I may wait a little bit and see what other people think about it. I know that's what some of y'all do with me. Oh, wait, let's see what she thinks. Well, you know what? I love new things. I probably will still continue to buy a sleeve of every new coffee Nespresso puts out, but I don't know. We'll see. How long have I been doing this with an espresso? Like 3 years. I may not change my habits that quickly. Okay, Milano Intenso. Does not need a second capsule. Oh, this is so delicious. So I guess, yeah, there are certain coffee parameters as far as the flavor goes that I always do seem to like. I seem to like the Italian style coffees, and I always have. I mean, even back to when I was, how old was I? 20 and in Italy for 3 months. Yep, I liked it back then. 50 years later, still liking it. But some of the other ones, sometimes yes, sometimes no. But I do like being adventurous and trying new things. So, okay, well, I've got things to do, places to go, people to see, and I want to enjoy my coffee before I do that. I hope you have a good day. I've missed y'all. I see some people are joining me, some familiar names. Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Maybe I'll try to do this more often and not always send the phone out with the birds.